Let me tell you something about women. Attraction isn't spoken, it's shown. A woman might never say the words, "I'm interested," but her energy will tell you. Her presence will tell you. The way she looks at you, laughs with you, listens to you, those are her confessions disguised as moments. But here's the truth most men miss. Women don't fall for perfection, they respond to presence. They notice how you make them feel safe, not how many words you use to impress them. Today, I want to reveal the 5 signs, real, graceful, undeniable, that show a woman sees you as more than a friend, not games, not manipulation, just awareness, the kind of awareness that turns confusion into confidence. Sign 1. Her energy changes around you. Energy never lies. When a woman is attracted to you, her whole atmosphere shifts the moment you walk into the room. You'll notice it in subtle ways. Her posture softens, her voice lightens, her eyes brighten. She becomes more alive. It's not an act, it's instinct. Feminine energy flows toward what it admires. You'll catch her mirroring your pace, your tone, even your expressions. Psychologists call this synchrony. I call it unspoken harmony. It's the body's way of saying, "I feel safe here." But remember, gentlemen, attraction isn't permission. Respect that energy. Respond, don't invade. The strongest men know how to let a moment breathe. They don't rush to possess, they learn to understand. That's what truly separates a confident man from a desperate one. Sign 2. She prioritizes presence over perfection. A woman who likes you doesn't need you to perform. She just wants you present. She'll ask questions, not about what you have, but about who you are. She'll remember small things, your favorite song, the way you take your coffee, that one story you told weeks ago. These aren't random, they're emotional bookmarks. She's paying attention because she cares. And when she laughs, genuinely laughs, watch her eyes. Real attraction lives there. Eyes don't fake softness. When a woman invests in your energy instead of your image, it means you've reached the level beyond surface. You've touched her comfort zone. Sign 3. She initiates little connections. Many men think women never make the first move. That's wrong. Women initiate all the time, just not always with words. She'll find reasons to cross paths. She'll share memes, stories, random messages just to keep the communication alive. It's not about the topic, it's about you. She might tease you lightly or find small excuses to touch your arm, fix your collar, laugh at your jokes that weren't even funny. That's how a woman says, "I feel comfortable expressing myself around you." Don't mistake this for flirtation games, it's emotional courage. Women risk rejection too, just differently. Every text she sends first is a whisper of vulnerability, so acknowledge it, appreciate it. Not with arrogance, with gratitude. Sign 4. She shows you her authenticity. The ultimate proof of interest isn't how much makeup she wears or how perfect her smile looks. It's when she feels free to be real around you. When a woman likes you deeply, she lets her guard down. You'll notice her silly side, her quiet moods, the unfiltered laughter that only appears when she's at ease. She may talk about her fears or dreams, not to overshare, but to connect. That's sacred, because women don't open emotionally to just anyone. When she lets you see her vulnerability, she's saying, "You're safe territory." Honor that, protect that, don't exploit it. Real men don't use honesty as leverage, they treat it like a gift. Sign 5. She lets you lead emotionally. Here's the most powerful sign of all. When a woman is truly drawn to you, she'll follow your emotional lead. If you're calm, she relaxes. If you're focused, she becomes supportive. If you grow, she grows beside you. That's not submission, that's trust. Feminine energy flourishes under direction, not domination. She'll start to bell. Eve in your vision. Not because she's dependent, but because she recognizes alignment. It's the universe saying, this connection can create something bigger than itself. But this only works if you're a man of direction, a man who knows who he is. Without purpose, no amount of chemistry will last. Let's go deeper today, beyond gestures, beyond signals. Because attraction isn't logic, it's emotion. Men often try to understand women with analysis, but women live in feeling. They connect through energy long before they connect through words. So if you want to truly understand what a woman's actions mean, you must stop translating and start feeling. A woman's body language, her tone, her gaze, all of it is emotional expression, not performance. And when you learn to read that, you stop guessing, you start knowing. 1. The emotional blueprint of a woman's interest. Every woman, no matter how strong or independent, desires emotional safety. That's her blueprint. When she's around a man who provides that, not by controlling her, but by calming her, she feels attraction without even understanding why. It's biological. It's spiritual. She may cross her legs toward you, fix her hair when she talks, lean in when you speak, not because she's trying to seduce, but because her instinct is reacting to presence. Presence is a frequency. It's when your mind, your body, and your energy are all in the same place. Most men are distracted, halfway in the room, halfway in their phones, halfway in their doubts, but the man who's fully present commands the whole atmosphere. When a woman senses that, she starts to open. 2. Why women test emotional strength. Listen carefully, this is important. When a woman likes you, she will test you, not to play games, but to trust you. She might question your choices, tease you, or go silent just to see what you'll do. It's not manipulation, it's instinct checking for stability. A woman doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a grounded man, because if you lose composure easily, she feels unsafe emotionally. And when a woman doesn't feel safe, attraction dies, no matter how handsome or successful you are. Her test isn't about dominance, it's about emotional clarity. If you can stay calm, respectful, and humorous under her pressure, she relaxes. She realizes, he's strong enough for me to lean on. That's when attraction turns into connection. 3. The power of subtle vulnerability. Now, don't confuse calm with cold. Men sometimes mistake emotional control for emotional distance, but connection requires warmth. A woman feels drawn to a man who's confident enough to show sincerity. Not neediness, but honesty. If you can admit when you're unsure, share your story, or show genuine curiosity about her, she feels safe opening her emotions too. Because when you expose your realness, she feels permission to expose hers. That's why deep conversations spark attraction faster than flashy lifestyles. Emotional transparency is the ultimate magnet. She's not looking for a superhero. She's looking for a man whose strength makes truth feel easy. 4. The mirror effect. How she reacts to your energy. Women mirror men's emotional state without realizing it. If you're nervous, she becomes uncertain. If you're calm, she becomes curious. If you're confident but kind, she becomes open and responsive. That's how emotional leadership works. It's silent. When she likes you, she unconsciously synchronizes her rhythm with yours. Her voice might drop slightly to match your tone. Her laughter will flow right after yours. It's not coincidence, it's chemistry. And the secret? Chemistry can't be forced. It's invited through authenticity. Stop pretending, stop performing, be emotionally aligned, and she'll meet you there naturally. 5. Why feminine energy loves direction. A woman doesn't want to lead emotionally. Not because she can't, but because she doesn't want to carry that weight. When you show direction, not dominance, but decisivine. Her energy flows effortlessly. Direction is when you say, let's go here, or I'll take care of that. It's when you plan, when you decide, when you show vision. It doesn't suppress her. It frees her, because she doesn't have to overthink. She can just be. That's why women are drawn to men who know what they want. Not because they're arrogant, but because they're emotionally reliable. Reliability is the deepest form of attraction. 6. When she shows comfort, you've passed the test. When a woman lets her guard down around you. When she's messy, goofy, emotional, that's your signal. That's not friend zone. That's comfort. That's trust. She's saying, I feel safe being myself. Don't take that for granted. Don't tease it. Don't rush it. Women bloom where they feel understood. And the man who makes her feel seen without judgment becomes unforgettable. Because attraction built on comfort becomes love built on peace. 7. The hidden meaning behind her attention. When a woman invests energy into remembering your words, asking about your goals, or checking in on you, that's a clear emotional sign. Women don't give attention casually. Every question means, do you still value this connection? Men often overlook that. They think attention is just politeness. It's not. It's investment. And here's the key. Never confuse attention with validation. You don't earn attraction. You attract it by who you are. When she shows attention, don't inflate your ego. Deepen your gratitude. That humility keeps the connection pure. 8. The spiritual aspect of attraction. Real attraction is not just biological, it's spiritual. When two energies align, they start mirroring each other's healing. You'll notice the woman who's drawn to you often appears when you were growing, when you're evolving, when your frequency is rising, because life sends you mirrors. She's not there to complete you. She's there to reflect you. That's why timing matters. A high-value woman doesn't fall for potential. She falls for alignment. When she senses that your energy complements hers, she'll open her world to you effortlessly. And that's when love feels peaceful, not chaotic. 9. The gentle truth. Remember this, women rarely express attraction directly, not because they're hiding, but because true feminine energy doesn't chase. It invites. She'll do small things. Linger a little longer after conversations, smile softer when you talk, open up about her world. That's her way of saying, you matter here. If you can see that without arrogance, you'll never misread attraction again. And even if she never says it aloud, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the stillness between words. 10. The takeaway, read energy, not ego. So what's the real lesson in all this? Attraction isn't about decoding signs like puzzles. It's about understanding energy. Women feel first, think later. Men often think first and forget to feel. If you meet her where she feels, she'll follow where you lead. And when she sees that you understand her not as a mystery but as a masterpiece, she'll trust you with her truth. Because the greatest gift you can give a woman is not luxury or status, it's emotional safety. Make her feel that, and she'll show you sides of herself no one else has seen. The secret was never about chasing. It was always about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase, because everything real naturally finds him. So before asking, does she want me, ask, have I built a life worth wanting to be part of? The lesson. The man she actually wants attraction isn't luck, it's resonance. A woman's heart is tuned to authenticity. She doesn't fall for muscles, money, or mystery. She falls for peace. She's drawn to the man who knows himself, who listens, protects, and leads without ego. If you want to know whether she wants you, don't chase signs. Become the sign, the kind of man her energy naturally gravitates toward. When you radiate maturity, self-respect, and purpose. E. You won't need to ask if she's interested. You'll feel it. In her presence, her laughter, her eyes. And remember, attraction built on respect lasts longer than attraction built on fear. Be the calm in a noisy world. That's the man she notices. That's the man she remembers. Before a woman ever hears your voice, she feels your energy. Confidence isn't a loud entrance. It's a quiet knowing. You could walk into a room and say nothing, yet she'll notice you because your energy doesn't beg for attention. It commands it. That's the kind of man women remember. Not the one who talks the most, the one who moves with purpose. In this part, I want to help you become that man. Not through tricks or games, but through awareness, discipline, and presence. Because women don't just want a man who looks confident. They want one who feels safe to trust. 1. The power of stillness. Most men think attraction is created by doing more. But the truth is, real attraction happens when you do less but mean more. Stillness is power. It's when your movements are intentional, your tone calm, your reactions steady. A woman feels that. If you can hold eye contact without flinching, listen without interrupting, smile without forcing it, you create a sense of grounding around you. That's what makes her lean in. Because stillness feels like safety. Feminine energy craves a masculine anchor, not a storm of emotion, but a calm ocean of direction. Stillness isn't weakness, it's control. 2. Body language that speaks without words. You don't need to say much for a woman to know what kind of man you are. Your body language says it all. A straight posture, open chest, relaxed shoulders. That's confidence without arrogance. Avoid fidgeting. Move slowly. Take your space naturally. It signals that you belong wherever you are. Even the way you breathe matters. When you breathe deeply and evenly, your nervous system tells the world, I'm not afraid. And when you're not afraid, she feels safe. That's the paradox of attraction. You make her feel protected not by chasing her, but by mastering yourself. 3. The magnetic effect of purpose. Let me tell you something many men forget. Purpose is the ultimate aphrodisiac. A man who knows where he's going doesn't have to chase. He becomes the gravitational center of his world. When you talk about your goals with passion, your eyes light up. And that's the light women are drawn to. It's not money, it's direction. Not power, but vision. A woman feels when you're walking towards something bigger than yourself. It gives her something to believe in, to support, to join. When your purpose is real, not ego-driven, she sees it in how you live, not just what you say. Purpose creates polarity, and polarity creates attraction. The masculine energy of emotional control. Let's be clear, emotional control doesn't mean hiding emotions. It means you govern them. A man who loses his temper easily, who panics under pressure, who needs validation to feel worthy, loses the respect of every woman he meets. Women admire emotional sovereignty, a man who feels deeply but never lets chaos rule him. If she's upset, you don't argue, you listen. If she's silent, you don't demand, you wait with patience. If she tests your calm, you hold your ground kindly. This is not about dominance, it's about balance. Your steadiness teaches her that not all intensity is danger. Some intensity is devotion, and when she realizes your emotions don't threaten peace, she'll trust your presence completely. The aura of authentic confidence. Confidence isn't built by comparing yourself to others, it's built by keeping promises to yourself. When you say you'll do something, and you do it, you build self-respect. And self-respect radiates louder than any words. You don't have to prove anything to a woman when you already know who you are. You don't need to impress her when you already impress yourself daily with discipline, kindness, and growth. Confidence is magnet. I see because it's quiet. It doesn't need approval. It gives assurance. That's why women trust confident men, not because they're flashy, but because they're reliable. She doesn't want a man who thinks he's perfect. She wants one who's consistent. The language of presence. Presence is when your attention becomes a gift. When you listen, truly listen, without scrolling your phone, without waiting to reply, she feels valued. And value is what creates emotional attraction, because women crave to be seen, not for their looks, but for their essence. When you make her feel understood, not just heard, her guard melts. Don't underestimate how powerful attention is. In a world full of noise, focused energy is the rarest form of love, the balance between strength and softness. Here's a secret. Women don't fall for the strongest man. They fall for the man who knows when to be strong and when to be gentle. Masculinity isn't aggression, it's controlled power. You can be protective without being possessive. You can be confident without being cocky. You can be firm without being cruel. When you master that balance, your presence becomes addictive because it feels complete. Strength attracts her. Softness keeps her. And the man who understands both never struggles with love. The masculine frame. Why she tests it, your masculine frame is your emotional boundary. It's the container that holds your peace. When a woman feels your frame, she relaxes because she knows she can express herself without breaking you. That's why she'll test it. Not to destroy it, but to confirm it's real. When she sees you remain calm, respectful, unshaken, her feminine energy expands. That's the natural dance. She flows, you anchor. She expresses, you stabilize. She feels, you hold space. This balance creates trust deeper than any words of affection, the inner work that attracts naturally. If you want to attract a high-value woman, you must become a high-value man from the inside out. That means healing old wounds, learning emotional discipline, building self-worth, and forgiving your past. Because women can sense unresolved pain, not through words, but through vibration. When you heal, your energy becomes peaceful. And peace is magnetic. It doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you're aware. And awareness is what draws conscious love, the spiritual side of masculinity. True masculinity is spiritual. It's not control over others. It's mastery over self. It's the quiet courage to stand for what's right even when no one's watching. It's compassion in strength, patience in chaos, faith in uncertainty. When you embody that, a woman doesn't just like you, she respects you. And respect is the foundation of attraction that never fades. Closing monologue, the energy she'll always remember. If you remember one thing, let it be this. Attraction isn't a chase.